Hi, I'm a little late to the Q&A. This is also the third time I'm having to record this because I forgot to hit the start recording button twice. I have a sinus cold. I almost fell asleep last recording, so I'm going to do my best. Let's get this Q&A underway. Hi, how long have you been involved in Vocaloid / the Synth / other program? I've been into Vocaloid as a musical interest since like 2013 or 2014, but I only started making stuff myself in 2023 when I learned about Synth Basic. I did a couple covers, but I got burnt out and then I didn't touch it for the rest of the year. Then 9.0 came out and I needed that boy in my computer immediately. Who are your current top artists and albums? Honestly, this changes a lot depending on my mood, but this year I've been listening to a lot of city pop and elevator music and like 2000s to 2010s video game background music. I've in particular been listening to a lot of Subara Shikihibi's BGM. The piano is really pretty and it's been really nice to play when I'm at work. For albums, my album of the year is definitely going to end up being A Touch of Grace by May Leitz. She's one of my most influential just artists on YouTube, and I love her music a lot. You should definitely listen to her. Top 3 types of cheese. I think I need more cold medicine to answer this one. But I will say that I like cheese. Would you rather go skydiving or eat rose jam? I actually have some rose... No, I don't. I wrote this 2 months ago. I ate it. The answer is going to be rose jam. Not just because I'm terrified of falling, but because I had rose jam, past tense, that I got at a local Pride market in June, which is when I wrote the script. And it was delicious. And I want some more. So the answer is rose jam. Would you rather have $1 billion or never see a cockroach again in your life? I can live without seeing cockroaches. I would never want $1 billion. I don't want to think about what that would do to my mental health. Who's your favorite Vocaloid? Are you self-taught or studied in art? The Vocaloid question, answers can vary because I like a lot of different ones for different reasons. Design, vibe, history, vocals, easy or hard to use, blah, blah, blah. So I'll say, just based on my personal vibe and what I grew up with, my faves are probably going to be Mako, Oliver, Gakupo, Ruby, Cyber Diva, Fukase, V-Flower, Iroha, and Chika. As for the art question, I'm self-taught. I never had art classes or anything at school. I just watched how to draw manga videos on YouTube all the time in middle. Then I just studied my favorite fan artist and emulated how they drew for a few years, and now I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm drawing. Do you plan on making any projects relating to Synthphase / Vocaloid 4? If you mean like meshing the two as programs, then yeah. V-Flower and 9.0 sound really good together, so I really want to make some kind of duet with those guys. If you mean original projects, I daydream about ideas for original projects all the time, and I've always wanted to make my own V-Synth original songs. I wrote one when I was in I think 7th grade, and I was so proud of it, and it was so edgy. The point is eventually one day I'm sure I will. Have you ever watched Alf? His aura frightens and comforts me, but I don't think I'm at a point in my life where I could witness his presence unfiltered. I think maybe by the time I'm 33 or 34 I could probably handle Alf. What are some things you love and hate about using Synthv? I like most things about using Synthv. I love being able to draw the pitch bends and adjust phonemes. I guess my only complaint would be that if you have a laptop or an older computer, you can't do a lot of big projects. I know several covers I just couldn't do because there were so many tracks or so many just tweaks and adjustments that the original poster had on them that I couldn't do anything to change because my program would crash all the time, even trying to run it. So that kind of sucks. What's your opinion on Evelius Chronicles? I had a completely normal Evelius Chronicles phase in high school. You like Gakupo? Who's your favorite voice bank to use and your least favorite to use? It depends on the song I'm trying to cover, but the answer's probably always going to be Mai. I always love going back to Mai. Even if she only has the 2 vocal modes in SV1, I've always had a really huge soft spot for her. I feel like she's really versatile. She's kind of like Gumi, but not. For least favorite, I do not like using Teto that much. I love using her at a lower gender register, but she's got this scratchiness to her voice that really hurts my ears after half an hour of tuning. tuning. Like 9-0 is similar, but Tato's voice is a little more itchy, and my sensory processing, it doesn't really care for it. I can't listen to a lot of Tato synth songs when in her normal range because it's an auditory thing. I don't know, which is weird because her Utau version doesn't really do that. Oddly enough, it feels smoother. I think it's because a lot of people really push her in the powerful bank, and don't get me wrong, I love using her in her powerful vocal mode too, but I don't know, man. I got autism. I don't know what to tell you. What got you into vocal synths? I saw World Is Mine in my YouTube Recs one day when I was just an itty bitty baby. Then I found the old Ghost song Dance with the Dead, and that completely influenced my entire personality from that point forward. Hi Soul, who's your favorite Utah-Lloyd or vocal synth design ever? Just design-wise, DeFoco and Ray are becoming two of my favorites because they're really like nostalgic. I really like their vibe and their like simple color schemes. Growing up, I really liked Pumpkin. For Vocaloids, probably Lumi and Ruby. Ruby especially has influenced a lot of my character designs through the years. About your 1010 cover, what inspired the idea of casting Teto and 9Z as 1010 and Neon J? The Teto casting was wordplay because it sounds a lot like 1010, and 90 was the only male bank I had at the time. And I'd rather get a second sinus cold than use Genbu Light at all. Of all the covers you've done to date, which one are you the most proud of? I really like my Suina Light cover of Hideous Me Beyond the Mirror. I keep meaning to make more Nashimoto covers with her. I feel like her voice really suits the vibe. My UFO and Bathtub Mermaid covers as well. I feel like I had a lot of fun with those and they still hold up pretty well. Which V-synths do you want to see kiss on the mouth? Would you believe me if I said I've thought extensively of the relationship between Shimon Topaz and Henri and how it could be so Yuriful? Stuck on a deserted island, who's the synth you survive with, the one that saves you, and the one you kill for sport? I survive with Teto because she's so powerful. Like, she's almost as popular as Miku now. That's insane to me. She's gonna make it to the peak. The one who saves me is going to be every Eclipse Sounds bank at once, but all of them except for Galanaya trip and fall over themselves like cartoon characters and then get lost at sea, and I would kill Kevin. Are there any voice banks coming out that you're looking forward to? I need Aver in my computer right now so I can siphon her gender like a parasitic fish. What voice banks do you have? I have these guys for Synth B. I have these guys for Vocaloid. I haven't really used them because using V4 as a synth user makes me feel like I'm an intern at a hospital performing major surgery on a politician. I also have these guys on Synth V2. I have access to other voice banks just because of very nice friends who render for me. I have a Poppy cover coming if I can ever get around to mixing it, and a Jin one, which is like, I also haven't mixed it. That's all I wrote for the script. Thank you guys so much for your patience for this video. I put the Q&A thing up 4 months ago, and then I wrote the script in June, and then I lost the file, and here I am. Your support always means so much to me. My monotone tiredness is not indicative of any like bad vibes or anything. I honest to God, I'm about to fall asleep just sitting here recording, and I have work in an hour. But yeah, thank you guys for your continued support, comments, your everything. I'm going to hope that this recorded, get this put in DaVinci, and hopefully get this out in a more timely manner. Okay. Bye.